let's jump into some. Nah, that was a little heavy. Let me lighten the load.
Keep it real, bro.
I'm gonna jump to sports. So football, basketball. Do you think the physicality of it has been watered down?
Yes, most definitely.
And where do you see it ultimately heading? And I'll start with Paul because
I think
Paul got a son who just
Scored
dropped 71 points. In one game. I'm not gonna call him a ball hog because that's clearly he had the high hand. But I remember when Kobe scored 81, and I forgot who was the guy that was on his team was like Kobe passed it to nobody. But that's Kobe. Like think about it. Like Kobe would tell you, I don't care if you are high, I'm shooting
the rebound.
Get the rebound. But nah, he scored 71 points. Now he has the record in the state of North Carolina. He passed James Curry. I don't know if y'all remember him.
That's my guy.
And really, he from your way? Okay. Yep. And Chris Paul.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Who held the record with, I think, 67.
Right.
I think they was behind him by like 2 points. So,
right. So knowing your son, you put him in the 90s. Would the physicality affect him now?
Nah, he's still dropping it on him.
But you do think it's soft.
I think it's a little softer now, but I've seen some in the grassroots, right? Adidas, they tough.
Okay.
Like they play tough ball. If you're looking for any dogs, they in the grassroots. So I do think it's changed a lot as far as how physical they play. Now it's everybody's got to move, right? And it's even harder for the big men to really shine or even get to the the next level because it ain't as tough now. Yeah. So I think it's watered down a little bit, but watered down to the skill level. So I think back then the skill level was only certain players, right? You could be 6'4" and you're power forward.
And your son NC State bound, huh?
NC State bound.
Signed and sealed.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And that game was it was a good game. He had 16 rebounds. So if you do that
awesome.
times two, that's what almost 30-something point, half the points.
Right.
And he hit 10 threes, so that's 30 points.
He was high.
He was high.
He was high.
Turn around the next night, dropped 37. So
right.
Yeah.
He won it done.
He's a press shooter. That's the goal.
One and done.
That's the goal.
Lottery.
That's it. You just gotta keep it moving, stay forward now.
Yeah.
He got I think he got a great chance to go first round. That's what Coach keeps up at State Point. So
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Elsie, what you think about the state of sports?
I don't watch it like I used to, since the Panthers, they been gone, they been died, they gotta get it together. But I'm a Warriors fan. I like Steph Curry and all them. But I think it'll change a little bit. I think it's a money racket. You know what I mean? I think it's all about the money and the refs. They gotta get they play.
Yeah.
They be cheating.
Right.
So that's all I got for that.
Yeah, Rich.
I mean, I think of course it's died down. I think it has a lot to do with the money, like he was saying. Entertainment is scoring points, right? Whether it's football or basketball, the more points you score, the more fans are screaming, the more fans are entertaining. So they kind of created a system to make it easier to score points. But I think the real impact comes in all the injuries. Nobody's in practice or AAU or middle school, high school ball, since you don't feel that contact anymore. Once you feel that contact, you're more susceptible to being hurt. Yeah. I think that's the real impact, that everybody's hurt or everybody gets hurt. And that, I remember twisting an ankle in the 7th grade and tying the shoe a little tighter, you know what I'm saying? Like, and keep going, and now it's just, or getting knocked out the air.
Yeah.
Right?
Get right back up.
Yeah, you get up. It hurt, but
there was no concussion protocol.
Yeah, none of that, man. And I think that damages it doesn't damage the product, the game. Like you say, score more points, it's more exciting. I think for those men though, you can't take a punch or a push anymore. You're just hurt. And that just comes from not scraping your knee, right? Riding a bike, you remember falling off the bike the first time, you scraped knees.
Yeah.
You didn't want to go home.
Nah.
What you do?
Right.
Got back on your bike, and it hurt a little bit, you know.
Get cold.
You kept going.
But you kept going, and then you learn that hey, either I tuck and roll, or whatever I do in this bike situation, I can handle that pain.
Absolutely.
Nowadays, they're not having that pain. Isn't you're not introduced to that until a pivotal moment, and in those pivotal moments, most of these young guys are just shutting down. Right, and that's the issue for me.
Yeah, Don.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with what everybody's saying. I guess the angle I'm coming at it from is, I think they're trying to appease the people and make everybody think that everybody's a winner, from YFL kids on up.
Yeah.
And like when them kids get to high school and they notice they're losing, no, we can't tie and walk away now. Like that hurts the game. And also as a football standpoint, I don't mind them being more precautious as far as trying to stop the injuries and stuff, but I think it's done got a little too far. Now, like you'll see on NFL when somebody gets a pass across the middle, a DB will lighten up, and then he'll run for a touchdown where he could have took him out, but I'm gonna get a penalty if I take him out. So that kind of, I hate seeing that because it takes away from the game, like or what it used to be.
Yeah. Rules definitely have changed the game. And it's like the inconsistency of the rules.
Yep.
Is one of the things that we struggle with. Me and Tito, we America's team. We fans of America's team. And we always go back to
Who's America's team again?
Count America's team. When you hear America's team, you should always say Dallas Cowboys. You never hear America's team and put anybody else behind them.
Patriots.
I was gonna say
Come on.
Patriots.
How you gonna?
They was about to swap y'all out.
Well, I think I'm not a Cowboy fan, but like even I'm a 49ers fan. Even back then, like I mean, everybody, the majority, everywhere was Cowboys, right? And I ain't taking that. I can't take that from them. However, they lost, but I'm just saying, like they've always been known as American team, no matter who won the most Super Bowls.
Right.
New England was killing
Who
the game.
named them America's
And even on TV.
Jerry Jones.
America.
America did not know.
America did that,
Man,
bro.
they-
I'm trying to
been
tell
like
you,
that for a
we
while.
were the only, we the
Since I've
only
been
state
born,
that had a hole in it that God could look down at his teams and watch them play. You know what I mean? That's why the
I love
hole
watching
was
those
in
bull
the
crap
stadium.
stars. You know what I mean?
Even I think the biggest thing is the inconsistency of officiating, which I know that's tough. I know it's tough to officiate, but I think that inconsistency in the rules. I go back to that TO. It wasn't a catch. It was a catch.
Yes.
That whole inconsistency of what's going to be a hit, what's not a hit. I think is outrageous, obnoxious, insane to penalize a player when a receiver is running full speed and the defender is running full speed, and you penalize them for colliding.
Right.
You penalize the defender, so you just want him to stop midair. I think that is unbelievable that they would even put that in play. My son Judah, he was running a play, a dive up the middle, and the kid was coming, and he's running the ball, and he lowered his helmet and ran the kid over, and they called a flag on Judah. And no, this is tackle. It's tackle. But all of that, and
Cut your mustache down.
I'm teaching my kids like go out there and pop somebody. Like go out there and smack, go smack somebody. But all of that, to Don's point, when they played basketball, they wasn't keeping score. And I was coaching, and the kids ran over and was like, all the kids on the team was like, we won. I was like, no, you didn't. You got slaughtered. and some of the parents didn't like my methods. And I told them, I said, well, if you don't like me teaching them that everybody don't win, don't let your kid play on my team. Because when you teach somebody that everybody, like that's unrealistic. Everybody don't win. Plus, I wanted my boys to, on the ride home, to feel that you just got drugged. And you should never want to feel that again. I didn't tell them that you're not going to lose. You just don't need to get comfortable losing. So that you're always striving to be a winner in life. What you do on this court, let that translate to life. So while they didn't keep score, I did. And I would tell them, like, no, y'all lost. Y'all got drugged. And my son would have his head down. And I had to tell my wife, I want him to be mad all day. I'd rather him be mad till he play again. You're gonna give his best. And I think when you teach kids that we're all winners, now you got somebody who may grow up and start settling because I'm gonna win anyway, whether I give 100 or not.
Right.
But that, for us as black men, that ain't the real world. Because you can give 100 as a black man and still lose. Still lose. So that's definitely a watered down approach to sports.
I think you give them a better chance to be competitive as well, right? People ask me about me and my son coming up. We used to play with the grown men, but when we was in the gym working out, we would play one-on-one, and I used to destroy him. I destroyed him when he had the play school goal.
Right.
Like,
You banged him.
You had to do all this and try to go around me, and he had to dump. If not, I'm throwing it, And even when we was in the gym, actually playing basketball, I remember the day that he beat me. I mean, he tore me up, and I had no movement. Right back then, you could play straight up.
Right.
Man, I was struggling, but he was killing me from the three. Yeah. And I was like, when we played, it was like, I'm not your daddy right now.
Right.
See, right, and I made him. I had to go back in daddy mode, and I made him play me in the paint. I said, okay, you got a great jump shot. Now play me where I know play. Yeah. You ain't got the play. And I banged him, and I mean, we pushed him. We threw the ball at me and everything. I said, okay, now we'll play your game again, because that was the last time I beat him. Yeah. Right. Because I knew. So, and then once he got quick on the step, I stopped playing him.
Yeah. And see, and I like that because that's how my dad did me. Yeah. So when I was running track, my dad, country boy, Boyz boy, you know what I mean? So everybody I know from, y'all remember back in the day, Junkyard Dog, he stayed 2 houses up the street from my grandma, you know what I mean? So it was some straight athletes down there in Waynesboro, down there in Morgan. But when I started running track or whatever, right, I would want to race my dad. And my dad could run. I mean, I'm like, man, I'm taller than him or whatever, right? I feel like I'm stronger than him, but I couldn't beat him. And he would not let me beat him. And to that day that I beat him, oh yeah, my confidence went out the roof, right? And it gives you a different mentality. So when you look at sports now, like, I'm old school. You look at the Cowboys from back in the day when we had the Troy Aikmans and Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smiths and stuff, right? They were dogs. They wanted to go out there and win. When it was the 49ers Cowboys, it was a showdown, right, or whatever, right? You trying to turn your head off. What? Ronnie Lott cut his finger off to go back in the game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so that level of physicality, it doesn't happen anymore, right? So therefore, you looking at a quarterback now, right? I know quarterbacks make the league, and everybody, the quarterback is at a whole different level than any other player in the game, but yet still, if I hit the quarterback a certain way, I'm getting a flag. Yeah. That's crazy. You know what I mean? A running back, getting ready to break a play, he put his head down, boom, he getting a flag. You're going to turn it into flag football. Right. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're going to turn it into flag football. I mean, you think about it, when Jordan was playing in the Pistons, the Pistons wasn't giving him nothing. Right. They wasn't giving him nothing. He had to earn it. You see it in some video. He had to go get in the gym. He had to go buck up. Right. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if they would have laid down, would he ever eclipse to be Air Jordan? Okay. The Jordan that we know that won 6 championships. Right. Yeah. So you need that, and I think that the kids today, right, their parents try to associate them as winners when they're not winning. Right. And I never let my daughter know that. I said, baby, she runs track now, and she told me one day she wants second place. I was like, okay, so she was like, you ain't happy? I'm like, that's a good run. I said, baby, second place is the first loser. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you lost.
You lost, right? Yeah, you had a good run, but
Right, you lost.
you lost. You know what I mean? So I don't go and celebrate that because I want her to go harder the next one.
Right.
I don't want her to have that intimidation. You know what I'm saying? When we at home, I'm telling her, you know, hey, you sit on the couch eating these oodles and noodles. That other girl out there running. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you doing? You sit on that telephone. That other girl out there running.
Yeah.
That girl that beat you, she running.
She running.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So it keeps her on edge and it keeps her agile. And you have to keep the kids kind of like that. But the officiating and things like that, yes, they updated the game. Also, you got the bookies that's in it now. You know, and they try to hide that, but we see it.
Yeah.
They're making it more prominent than anything now.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
look at you.
All that go together.
You think about y'all quarterback, see what he getting paid. You know, Bookie can pay him more than that.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
A Bookie can pay him more than that. Don't be surprised if he throw a couple interceptions this weekend. Because again, he's making too little.
Yes.
Less than a million.
Yeah, they can come in there and say, listen, we're gonna give you $3 million.
Yeah.
Cause I'm gonna give you $3 million because I'm gonna bet against you, and I need you to make this spread, and I'm gonna pay you $3 million for one game, and he making like $800,000 for the year. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not consistently did something amazing. Not consistently got a triple double.
Hold up.
Consistently came and shot it.
Ask the question.
Regularly from 60 feet.
All right, listen,
From 60 feet, bro. Hey, hold on. I gotta guess. I'm gonna get us back in the conversation. 60 feet though. Come on. So guys, the comment came up about sports during our break, and it spilled over, and I put Magic on my Mount Rushmore. That was questionable. Paul put Allen Iverson. We all agreed you gotta have a ring
Oh no.
to be on Mount Rushmore.
Got to. At least.
Tito, who's your Mount Rushmore?
My Mount Rushmore would be Jordan, Kobe. Then I'm going with Steph, Shaq.
Good on the inside. Because he's a big dude on the inside.
Nah, man. If Shaq could have shot, if he had a jump, the whole league wouldn't be what it is.
The league would not be. They wouldn't be shooting
Yeah.
jumpers right
And
now.
I'm-
Like they wouldn't be shooting deep. Not right now.
Yeah. And then my next one would have to be Tim Duncan.
Can't be mad.
I'm not bad at that.
Can't be
I'm not
okay,
bad at
okay.
that. I'm not bad
Yeah,
at that.
that's my right.
Two
That's
big
my
men.
right.
All right, Shaw.
Jordan, Kobe, Steph Curry, Shaq, LeBron.
Silence.
I just don't.
I can't be wrong.
I mean,
I'm not even
I just don't like
LeBron.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Although he Kelly is too big, too big, you like, what am I doing?
I can't stand LeBron, but I don't.
5, just top 5, in order. I thought about this already. So this is great. Steph Curry, number 1.
He's the greatest ever.
Greatest.
are you serious, man?
Hey,
I can't believe you
you can say it early all you want, but the numbers
I love
in the way
you put him
it
on
changing the
Jordan.
game. Yes.
I
Michael
love
Jordan.
All right, number 2.
Michael Jordan, number 2.
Man, we need to take a time out.
Okay, I'm just saying what I'm saying. This my list.
Richard.
3rd, Kobe Bryant. 4th, you guys are gonna hate this answer. It's still true. Fucking Larry Bird.
This nigga is.
It's just the truth.
The great white.
You know, yeah, but he did that for white people. I fuck what everybody say.
Steph and Larry are the same.
I mean, I'm saying.
Why would you not have Larry Bird? Okay, name a white boy who beat all the niggas in y'all list.
They don't make them the greatest ball.
Okay, all right, no, it don't. It don't. So if I beat all these niggas up, I ain't the best fighter in here.
No, you was the fighter today.
So he got his day. And last is Allen Iverson, man. That's it.
You
That's
put AI on the top.
They see we're gonna have a championship.
No, that's what they said. This is my list.
Okay, LC.
Michael. Steph Curry. I like Klay Thompson.
It's his list though. It's his list.
What you say that?
Him have his list.
It's his list. It's fluent.
It's fluid. It's
fluent. All right.
And I like.
You know who was first take?
What's
You know who
what's
was
his name? What's first take?
for the show?
Yes.
What's his name?
Who he play for?
Who? J.J.
I think J.J. Redick was the best college player.
And I like Draymond Green.
Everybody has that.
You know, because he good at
you
inside.
a Warriors
Good
fan.
inside. I like
You
Draymond
a
Green.
Warriors
He drives in.
He ain't no.
What you born? 1998.
Yeah.
So that's right.
2015 day. Don.
All right. Jordan, LeBron. You know how to put them in there. Kobe, Kareem. Had to pick I would probably say Shaq.
Okay. Well, most of us had the AI threw me, and I know AI changed the game. He did. I'm not knocking AI for what he was to basketball and hip hop, and just black men who were, you know, if you watch that Netflix documentary of Colin Kaepernick, like that AI was like what really influenced him to be who he was. So I think AI was definitely a game changer for the league and sports. I just don't feel like you can be considered but so high without a ring. That's what I because at the end of the day, sports is built off of winning. Right? You gotta like they clown Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley was great, but he's never mentioned in them conversations. Because Barkley didn't win. Patrick Ewing, never mentioned in them conversations.
It's because he was great, but he was never considered the greatest.
But you got to think
That's the issue, right? At the exact same time, everybody is quiet about Karl Malone because you can numbers wise, performance wise, you can consider him one of the greatest.
Why?
When he stands in a room next to them other people who won, he's standing tall in all them rooms.
You're right. He's like 6'11".
But it's one person. It's
He
one
was
person.
6'9", by the way.
I mean, it's one common denominator to everything you're talking about. Jordan. Jordan is the reason why none of them won.
No, but he's not the reason.
Except for Elijah Wan.
You say he's not?
Yeah.
He's not the reason. Jordan, he's the reason why it got monetized.
No, are you saying that he's not the reason why they don't have rings? And you don't talk about him as much. Jordan is the eraser.
He stopped working.
Yeah.
He stopped.
It's a whole lot of dudes.
Yes, it's a whole lot of dudes. You ain't. We can name the list of people who didn't win rings because
From 89
during
to
the
96.
time Michael Jordan was winning.
A great guy. They said, man, it was nobody.
Jordan held it till someone else came in and said, all right, we'll mix it up a couple years for the next great comes in.
You don't even talk about Dominique Wilkins.
No.
Right.
Never.
You don't talk about Clyde Drexler.
Never.
Right? Kevin Jackson. We can
But
talk
you-
about
but
these
you-
guys
but you
who
had-
were amazing.
but you had
But they
another-
was never considered the greatest.
Jordan.
When they came out and came around.
Bro,
See what I'm saying? None
Clyde
of them
Drexler was Jordan's nemesis.
Glide to glide.
Nah, that's just because Portland was beating them
say he was
in the NBA
nemesis.
Finals. He was
Well,
not his nemesis.
That was one of his toughest players he had to
It
play.
really was.
It wasn't.
It was.
John Starks played him way
Vernon
tougher.
Maxwell.
Yeah.
It's all Vernon Maxwell guarded him.
But Jordan, I mean, what's his name?
It's a whole-
Maxwell said, man, I saw the bottom of that man's shoes.
But he changed the way the game happened.
Sleepless nights.
Yes.
But to let
Michael Jordan changed the game the way it happened then.
let Jordan tell it, he didn't have a nemesis.
He did. He did.
He did, man. But he's on the black cat.
So no, they was like, who? They said Jordan. They said all Jordan people was guarding Jordan was like white guys. I said, man, let's understand something. The whole team was Jordan. Was guarding them.
Yeah, they had a
when it
coach.
was the last minute,
Yeah.
everybody in the stands knew who was getting the ball.
Everybody.
The fans was guarding Jordan.
Yeah.
Like, bro, it was nothing you can do with it.
Yeah.
That's what was so weird.
Yeah.
So let me say this, I'll leave y'all alone.
Yeah.
Now, as far as you talking about Steph Curry being the greatest, right? I get you. Like I said, it looked like he went in the closet, prayed for something, came out and had it. I said, yo, that's nice. But the reason why he couldn't be better than Jordan, in my opinion, is because you got 9-year-olds doing what Steph doing. Shooting it from way out there. But you ain't seeing nobody come through like Jordan, dunking on 3 and 4 and 5 dudes.
Yeah.
bigger than him, and the big boys talking about, did he get you yet?
Did you get?
You jump from the
Show
free
me,
throw.
show me a 9, show me a 3-year-old, a 3-year-old shooting.
Look at the sauce Michael Jordan brought to the
I-
game, though.
Right.
Like literally, that was
He
the
brought-
transition
yeah.
of the sauce in the game.
Yeah.
Like in the league.
Man, basketball has, I mean, my uncle says this all the time. It's just applicable now. Basketball is a reflection of black culture over the years. Like you look at that's why basketball matters so much to us, right? The 80s, black culture was kind of like what the 80s players was going through.
And you gotta give Jordan a lot of credit for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? That's why you got to give Steph his credit. Look at the culture today and look at Steph Curry.
But Jordan changed it.
And the next nigga to change it. The next nigga to change
changed
it.
it. But guess what? What did they say? I want to be like Mike. I want to be like
Yeah.
Mike.
They ain't gotta say it. They want to be like Steph. Everybody plays like him now. They ain't gotta make a song.
You know what
He
I
don't
mean?
need no Wheaties.
But that
They
takes-
paying him a whole bunch of money.
that takes
He's
us
just shooting from 60 feet. And every kid, you got kids, you know, and I know you know this, Paul.
Yeah.
Every kid is playing like Steph.
He shot 10 of them.
Come on. From 60 feet.
Yeah.
Regularly, the whole game has changed. Every kid everywhere
But
is
that's-
playing like Steph, not like Mike.
They can't.
Right.
They
They
don't
can't
play.
do that.
That's
You
all I'm
can't-
saying.
you
Like,
can't compare the two.
Bring him in there. So you start talking about
Well,
that.
they can.
You can't compare.
You ain't like John Morant. All those other players are out there.
That's all you got. Him, John, you got Anthony Evans.
Anthony-
That's all you see.
Richard,
They're not even playing like Jordan.
We used to run the gyms together.
Yes, and how was you playing?
Hold on. Both of us played more like Steph than Jordan.
Thank you.
That's because we could.
Right.
we couldn't play like Jordan.
It goes back to that first word.
We
you
both
said.
was jacking
Let's start with the
threes.
easy one. Let's start with the easy one.
We both was jacking threes.
Yeah, I know. I was in the backyard like,
Trying to do all
yeah,
that,
all
right?
that. Yeah,
But we couldn't.
I wanted to be like Mike. Yeah,
Agreed.
Look at where I'm at right
The
now.
closer we can do it, just shoot.
I should have been.
If the whole thing about it, I'm just saying the impact, bro. Are y'all act like not seeing that? If you can start doing something and you can just do it, and the entire culture changes because you just doing it,
Man, do you know?
how can you not say he the greatest basketball player of all time? Like that, the whole everywhere you go. We was doing it then because we're older, right? We was playing hard deep. Well, he was playing hard deep, fouling niggas, right? And coming down and trying to get the open three because in the gym that's 2 points. You can dunk on me. You got 1 point. It's better. It's smarter. It's better to do. It's without question.
But we're talking
But when
about.
you can shoot the ball from anywhere and then the entire world starts doing what you're doing, how you not saying he better?
Hey, look,
Like, come on, like just
and trust me to edit. It's gonna say producer and then what I'm saying right now.
yeah.
So here's the difference between Steph and Mike, because you keep saying culture, right?
It's not different.
The game. So the culture of basketball may have changed with Steph. Mike changed culture.
Yes.
Culture.
Oh, that's I agree. That's why Allen Iverson is in my top 5. It's because the culture changed. Larry Bird is in my top 5 because the culture. My entire. Steph
You
Curry.
can't say Bird without Magic.
Yeah, that's why y'all not.
The only reason why Bird was elevated was because Magic elevated.
Yes, he did.
No.
Magic
Only
elevated
reason why.
and Jordan,
Right.
Jordan compared-
Magic elevated Bird
Yeah.
to do
So
what he
again,
did.
we're not. We can say Magic elevated
There won't be
Bird.
no
We can say
Jordan versus
Bird
Bird
elevated
game if it
Magic
was
too.
for
Hey,
Jordan.
let's say.